Good afternoon. So this will be microscopic examination of two slides, stained with a little bit of red and blue, and from the crucible, where we try to create a culture of the trained bacteria. So we, in order to use it later to pit it against the Neros to show how they fight each other. So the aim is to get like that it to see that in both samples we actually have like at least one or two microbes that can be conclusively be identified as a trained bacteria, which means that this is actually a respected culture. It should be said that I placed too much toilet paper in it as threads. Intentionally, I mean, a little bit is useful, I explained why, but I pressed too much, so it soaked during the night all the oil and everything that was liquid, and it's like everything that is in it in the container is just either ashes, like in the bottom deposits, like layers, and also toilet paper that is soaked with oil and beeswax. Now it might be actually a great environment for the trained bacteria to flourish, and the Neros also survive well in such things, but it's very difficult to get stuff out of it, for sampling. So we might need, depends on the result, you might need to actually add oil and water and light it again. So it will be, and then let it cool, just so it will be like a little more liquidy, so we can take samples from that. But let's see what we've got here. Difficult to focus. Already a problem with that. It's because the cover doesn't sit neatly on the glass, because there was no liquid, not enough liquid, so it didn't stuck to it. No, we can't focus that way. Just a second. Okay, just a second. Okay, that's better now. we don't see much. We don't see much things like. Interesting. I don't know what these are. These are actually lovely Neros. Fat ones, lovely. We do see lovely Neros, but it's very dry, and the Neros cannot survive in such a dry environment. This is certainly life form, but I'm not sure it's the trained bacteria. We don't see sausages. Many big Neros, which makes sense because they stuck better. I mean, the usual stuck better to from experience to like the toilet paper, more than the smaller ones that are better. Like they tend to stick to the oil, but there is or to the like liquid residues, but there aren't liquid residues. That's the problem. So we see huge Neros, but we don't. I mean, we've lost. I mean, not necessarily lost. Maybe they're hidden like in oil deposits that are down. The crucible. It's possibly they're like hidden like below. Is that a train? I'm not sure. It looks like life form, but I'm not sure it's a train. We see tremendous amount of huge Neros, which is lovely. Even though I'm searching now for the train, and I don't really find it. Like we see all sort of like things that look like either they are life forms or they are life form in the making. But do we see a train? Like no. We see amazing Neros actually, but it's actually very interesting. Look like something like a life form, but we didn't see a train yet. We want to. I want to see like a train like yesterday, if possible, moving. But no, doesn't necessarily. They don't. I don't want it to move necessarily, but I want to see the sausages. Lovely Neros, by the way. Lovely ones. Really. Very good looking Neros. Huge ones. Okay, that's interesting. What we got here? Looks interesting. Nice. We see tremendous amount of very interesting objects, but not what we were looking for, right? I mean, There are many Neros but no train. And all sort of life forms that I'm not sure what they are. This one is a lovely snake, like really lovely snake. But not a train. Another kind of like life form that, but not necessarily train. Like, where are the sausages? Where are the famous sausages? Maybe this one is like the beginning of a train, maybe? Not sure. Not a sausage to be found. Okay, so let's take a look at the other sample and then try to think like where we are heading. The good news is that, I mean, we've seen tremendous amount of huge Neros. So, I mean, the worst case scenario is that there was something of a problem with the symbolic language, maybe. And maybe there was a problem with too much toilet paper. But first, half of the very good mixture, I mean, about half was still preserved in another container. And also this one is not bad. Just, I mean, maybe it requires some kind of like adjustment, more liquid, more oil, an adjustment of the symbolic language. And we still have like a mixture with many Neros. So, I mean, we can go for another kind of shot, even though the problem is that I wanted to avoid more fire because of the smell, but I still want to complete this mission of creating the 10 bacteria with energizing by fire. One thing that I've done might be a problem with the symbology. Let's wait. Let's speak about it later. What can be the problem with the symbology? Because it was indeed a little changed because I had to move the symbols a little bit. But let's continue with the inspection. This actually looks like a train a little bit, right? This is 64. Let's go to 160. Yeah, it looks like a train, right? I mean, you see a little sausage, and a huge sausage. חשוד כרכבת. This one also looks like a train in the making, yes. Nice. Not super impressive, but well, I mean, okay. This also looks like a train in the making, but not an impressive specimen. It's very nice Nero, very nice. And many small ones if you see in the background. This one is a Nero walking on something that looks like a train, I would say. Clearly walking on it. Okay, I cannot say I am satisfied with the results, even though, okay, we still have Neros in the container, and even huge ones, and quite a bit of smaller ones, but we didn't see obvious trends. I want to see obvious trends, not things that suspected as trends. So we're willing to use more fire, even though it's really disgusting here. Okay, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I mean, okay. Not every experiment is like super successful. That's because we are doing new stuff. A major problem might be, I mean, I thought about it only after I've done it. Might be the usage of of the charcoals. It was a mistake. Shouldn't have done it, and it creates a huge smell, disgusting smell. I wanted to increase heat, but you cannot do it this way. It should be done another way, like when they are on top of the crucible, isolated. It both creates like terrible smell, and also, when you so I wanted it creates so much smell that I had to spill water on it, and then it became completely black. So now it looks like a completely black train bacteria, which means remove the train bacteria. So it might be like counterproductive. And you don't see the screws. The screws were, before they were hanged on the top with kind of like a pink protector, but I removed it so it will burn better. But what happened is that the screws that are actually train bacteria are now submerged. Probably what we should have been doing, probably, is against three layers. Like a bonfire. Like the first is the the things that are burning, supply the heat above the symbols, like the logs above, and above that the actual the things that you cook. Maybe this could be done with another layer, but it should the three layers should be really close to each other, because the fire should hit both the symbols and the container above it, because we don't want to actually light the fire here, because in order to avoid smell. And then the symbols would not have been like completely black, like and lost their change their vector to the negative one. One way to do it actually is to maybe remove those three containers from below. Let's think what we want to do with that. Although they are spilling all the time, and it's quite annoying. And instead, using like a new crucible with oil and enriched beeswax without any symbols in it, and then either spread the symbols like that you already have, the screws on the grill below, below the main container, the work container. This is the easy way. And another way, maybe more kind of innovative, is to use the grill itself to create the trains with clay, mold clay sausages on the grill itself. This might be like an interesting way to do it. Then the symbols will be energized, also the container will be energized, but the symbol will not be completely black, so they will not lose their efficacy. So that's what I'll do. So, and also we'll clean this thing because it's too dirty now, and we need to do some cleaning here. But that's the idea. Okay, still not terrible because we've seen huge Neros. So I mean, we know that this mixture is like it's a fine mixture, but it requires some kind of like, rehydrating. And again, the change of symbols, so they will not be completely black. So we'll have like 10 bacteria barbecue. Either the 10 trains will be on the grill or they will be the grill itself, which is interesting. Very interesting. If they are the grill itself, we can use clay, which is nice. But they might become burned. But I mean, yeah, בסדר. Let's give it a try.